So Tom Green was supposed to pull up in front of this hotel. Hey there, and welcome to Car Stories with Matt. When I was about 19, my parents owned a small motel and restaurant in rural Saskatchewan. Just a little 7-room motel and 20-seat restaurant. They made really good home-cooked meals there. And they kept pretty busy, you know. Quite a few tourists came through the area and whatnot. And one day they got a really interesting call in particular to book some rooms for a film crew for what we were told was a Tom Green movie. And it turned out that Tom Green himself came and stayed at our motel, and they brought all the prop cars from the movie, parked them in the parking lot and everything. It was really cool. And it wasn't just Tom Green's film crew. They were actually working on this movie in conjunction with the film crew from Corner Gas, the Corner Gas TV series starring Brent Butt. That was actually filmed a couple hours from where I grew up. That was filmed in a place called Rollo, Saskatchewan. And I grew up in a little town called Lorburn, Saskatchewan. And that's where this story takes place. That's actually where they were filming for this Tom Green movie. And so they had these, as I said, all these prop cars out in our parking lot at one point, and a couple of late 70s Lincoln Continentals that they had sliced the roofs off of and actually made them into convertibles. And like when they do movie cars, they're not, of course, like show cars, so they had literally, I don't think most of them are this rough, but I guess these cars were for more of a distance shot and whatnot. So they had just used duct tape and spray paint to cover up over the holes where they had cut the roof off and whatnot. And then they had a mid-50s Chevy truck, like about a 55 Chevy truck in turquoise there. And they had the police car, the Crown Victoria police car off of the Corner Gas series. That was there as well. And the really cool part for me was that they ended up needing some extra help on the film crew just to flag traffic and stuff. And so they hired me to help out with that. And basically all I had to do is park out on a rural road near where they were filming. They gave me a reflective vest and a little stop sign, and I was supposed to stop any traffic that would be coming through their shot. They gave me a two-way radio, so I knew when they were shooting, and I was supposed to just hold the traffic until the shot was over, and then I could release them. Well, this is rural Saskatchewan, so I stopped about 3 cars in 2 days. But it was so kind of interesting, and I mean, I just sat there and listened to CDs most of the time and whatnot in my car, and most of the time I couldn't really see what was going on. I was too far away from the actual shot to see the action. I could just hear what they were, you know, talking on the radio when they started the scene, and that was about it, at least for the first day. And then the second day we were actually shooting around Craik, Saskatchewan. That's another small town, a bit bigger than Lorburn, but we were filming right downtown in Craik, and they have like you know, a traditional downtown center where they have, you know, the big 3-story hotel and everything. And so we were working kind of out of the hotel there, and these Lincoln convertibles, well, one of them anyways, we had 2 of them, but one was just a double. So Tom Green was supposed to pull up in front of this hotel in the Lincoln convertible. That was basically the scene that we were shooting at that time. And because I was actually showing up in the background of this scene, they made me remove my reflective vest, and I don't think I had my little stop sign even, because I was part of the background at this point. And so I was still supposed to be stopping traffic though, and I was kind of positioned on one of the entry roads to the downtown area there, and you know, very little traffic still. This is the middle of the day, and there's just no one around, so I kind of got caught up just watching the scene, and this was the first time that I could actually see what they were filming and what they were doing, and they take every scene, they do like at least 4 or 5 takes. And so we had already done a few takes, and we were just in the middle of another one, and I hear this crunching of gravel over here. So I look quick, and there's a red Honda Civic coming straight at me at a pretty good clip, and without really thinking, I just ran right in front of him. He didn't really have time to stop, but he seen me right away and locked up the brakes, and he was like full on skidding and stopped just like inches shy of me. So that pretty well messed up the scene anyways because of the noise and whatnot, and I had to explain to the confused driver why I had jumped in front of his car, but he seemed to somewhat understand, although it probably sounded a little far-fetched saying we were filming a movie, but I think he kind of seen there was some activity around, and anyways, I was not super popular for that move, and probably was not really a great career choice for me working in the movie industry. I actually, although I'm now doing YouTube, but at the time I found that pretty boring, doing all these multiple takes of the same scene and all that. It sounds exciting and great, but the reality is when you get into the thick of it, it's really not. Thanks a lot for tuning in to Car Stories with Matt. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have yourself a great day.